Last week, we explored the importance of understanding your customers and business on a deeper level. This included gaining insights into where your customers are located, their preferences, and identifying patterns such as your best performing products and those that haven't done really well. In this video, we will dive into how you can collect valuable data from your customers and turn it into actionable insights. But before you can analyze this data, you need to know where to find it and how to effectively engage with your audience. There are different tools you can use to collect data, such as Microsoft Forms, SurveyMonkey, and Google Forms, and lots more. Personally, I love using Google Forms for simple data collections like this because it is easy to use for both editors and respondents. Join me as I guide you through this yet simple, enlightening journey.
First things first, ensure that your browser, your Google Chrome browser is open and that you are signed into your Google account. Next is head onto your search bar and type Google Forms. So because I've searched this before, to click on Google Forms and the results you see that says, the search results you see that says Google Forms sign in is what you click on. So click on Google Forms sign in. It brings you to the Google Forms template gallery with different templates for different purposes. But for the sake of this video, we don't want to create a blank form. We want to use an already made template that we can customize. So click on, let's use the contact information template. Now that we have the contact information template, first things first, change the contact information to customer or whatever the form is about. But we're doing a customer survey, so we say customer feedback form. This is the name of the form, but let's give the name of the file, but let's give the form a name. Help us to serve you better. And then you describe your form. Give it a very catchy description, something that would entice your customer to want to fill out the form. All right. Again, for the sake of this video, I'm going to be pretty short, so thank you is what I'm going to say here. You can easily format this to however you want it to look like. You can make it bold, you can slant it, by italicizing it, you can underline, you can attach a link, you can make a numbered list, you can make a bulleted list, and then you can remove all formatting. Let's say you make this bold, you can remove formatting by just clicking on this, see with the slash. So moving on, let's dive into the questions. We want to ask for your full name. So let's just edit this to full name. Full name, ensure that this is toggled on. Required means that the question cannot be skipped. It's a required question, so it must be filled out. And here is just a short answer that we need. All right, we don't need a paragraph. For multiple choices, questions like age category is okay. You can use multiple choice for questions like age category. You can use check boxes for questions like what is the best product you've ever bought from us. You can use drop down for things like for the same purposes, but then it depends on your preference. So this is just where you get to put all the questions you want. Remember to make the form the questions required. For questions like phone number, make it required. Let's add a question like age category. So for age category, we want to say, we don't want it to be a short answer. We want multiple choice. So you can put maybe 14 to 18 here, depending on people who really are your customers. That's maybe in the previous months or years they've been patronizing. You just want to confirm their age category. You want to also add this to age category, 19 to 24. And depending on just 19 to 24, you can add 25 to 35. You can add 35 to 45. 46 to 55 and then 55 and above. That way, each customer gets to choose the age category they fall in. For comments, ensure that you don't toggle on the required because most people might not have what they want to say, so you want to leave it toggled off. Now, imagine you've already filled out all the questions you want to. One thing again is ensure that your questions are not too long, but they are important questions. Something that would give you insights on what is working and what is not. People that really are your customers, first-time customers, returning customers, how long they've been shopping with you, what is the best product they've bought, what is the worst product they've bought from you, what is your customer service like. For customer service, let's just add that question here. So when you want to add a question, just click on this button. So we want to be here where we add a question so it goes down. So let's say, how would you rate our customer service? How would you rate our customer service? So for this type of question, now it just automatically picks linear scale for us, all right? But let's try the rating one. Let's try the rating. So some people might want to say 5, some depending on how they rate your customer service. let's say we are done with the questions. We want to, for now, our form is not looking very aesthetically pleasing. We want to change this. We want to change the color and how the form looks generally. So go ahead and click on this customize theme. The customized theme helps you to pick to customize your form based on the header, like how you want this text to appear, how you want this one to appear, and how you want this one to appear. So for the header, we want to use Verdana. For the question, we want to use same, just for organization purposes. We also want to use the same for it. And we want to change this image here to something that speaks to our brand, right? Ensure that you're using something that speaks to your brand. So click on upload and then browse, or you drag a file. So let's browse in this. For this video, we're going to be using the browse option. So you browse and then you get your image uploaded. Ensure that you're using like a landscape kind of image format size for it. So you click on done, and voila, your form now has the color of your brand, right? So let's change our background. We can leave it like this, or you can change the background to any color that you prefer. So you're going to leave it at this. You can close this, and let's move on to the settings. We just want to set a few things about the form. So in the settings section, do not toggle this on except you're a tutor or you're setting a quiz, or we just want responses from our customers. This is mostly for teachers, for tutors, for lecturers who want to just set a small quiz for their students, so we don't want to toggle this on. Manage how responses are collected and projected. So we don't want to collect email addresses, but we want customers to be able to type their email addresses themselves. So do not collect email addresses. And then responses can be changed after being submitted. No, we don't want customers to edit their response. We want to leave it as it is. And when you limit to one response, respondents will be required to sign into Google. And we don't want that, because we don't want to put our customers through the stress of having to sign into Google. So let's toggle this off. All right. Next is the presentation. How do you want this form and responses to be presented? Of course, we need to show progress bar. That way, we are able to see at a glance the percentage of customers that like a particular product, the percentage of people in the age category of 18 to 24. One thing we missed here is also like question about gender, so male and female. You also want to add that question here. So back to our settings, and for that you can use the multiple choice. Back to our settings, we want to edit this confirmation. We don't want to shuffle the question order. We want to leave it as it is. Next is to edit your confirmation message. Ensure that you're sending them you're asking them to join your community, you're thanking them for filling the form, for taking out time, for being part of your business, your effort, your struggle, your hustle, your progress. And then you can add a link to say, okay, join our WhatsApp channel, or join or follow us on Instagram, or just something that would you would use this opportunity to still grow your community around your customers. All right, don't forget to always save. Okay, save this response. And do you want to show a link to submit another response? Of course not, because it will mess up with our data, giving us duplicates, and we do not want that. Okay, so we don't also want to share this somewhere with respondents. The information is for us as a business. For disabling autosave for respondents, do not toggle this on, because when you toggle it on, respondents will lose their progress if they have internet connection issues, or maybe their phone goes off while they're trying to fill the form. They'll have to start afresh. But when you toggle it off, whether it will just let them continue from where they stopped. Okay, for everything you've done here, it's going to be affected here as in saved as default. All right, we're not collecting email address, and we want to make all questions required. But for questions like additional comments, please do not make it required, so that people can decide whether they want to leave comments or not. Finally, we want to see how this form will appear for the customers. As an editor, as a business owner who is creating the form, this is how you get to see the back end. Here, you're able to see responses when people start filling the form. When your customers start filling the form, you're able to see responses. You're able to link it to sheets if you want just the raw data, so that you can also get like the emails for email marketing, the phone numbers for SMS marketing, right? But for the sake of the data that we need, we want to be able to see the progress bar report automatically. Now let's view how this form will show or be presented for the customer. So click on the preview button. When you click on the preview button, a new tab opens up, and this is the link you share with your customers. Do not share the the back end that is for the edit responses. You share the view form. Once you click on preview, the next tab is the view form. one, this is the link you share with your customers and not the other one. For some of our customers who are not really tech savvy and you want them to fill the form, all you have to do is just to print the form, but it would cost you more to print because you have to print, of course, physically and have your forms handy that you can give to your customers when they eventually visit your store if you're not an online business owner. So you get to print your form. You want to print just the two first pages. So we say 1, 2, 2, and click on print. So when you click on print, it will take you to the PDF format where you get to download to your phone or your computer. That way you're able to print it out, but that would cost you more again. So that is that for the video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you've learned. Ensure that you save this video, comment, like, and share with someone who needs this.